the trailer for Us is dropping on Christmas.
Yeah.
Big month.
It's a big month.
Yeah.
What's good, y'all? We're back. Cal, obviously, homie Frazier's here, but it's never about us. We got a very, very, very special guest.
Very special.
Star of Aquaman, Yahya Abdul Mateen II.
What up?
Thank you for gracing the studio, man. Really appreciate you coming
I'm
through.
also a second.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Shout out to the second.
Oh,
Shout out to the second.
Way better than Junior.
Now we're here to talk Aquaman.
Yeah.
In theaters now. Damn, how's it feel? How's it feel to be, I can only imagine, especially in New York, there's billboards. There's billboards not too far from here.
No, man, I haven't even seen them yet.
You haven't seen them? Yeah,
No.
they're literally like a block or
Walk
so
outside.
up.
Yeah.
How's it feel though? How's it
It's
feel?
dope. It's cool, man. You spend so much time out there in Australia making this movie, like on our little isolated space.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go away for a year plus, and you go do other things. And it's so cool to actually finally want to, get in the seats and see this thing that we made. You know what I mean? I saw it for the first time last week, and I was blown away. You know what I mean? Yeah.
You saw it in IMAX?
I did see an IMAX.
Yeah.
I did see an IMAX. They say that's really the way to see it. And then the other day I heard that there was like an IMAX 3D you can even do. So I'm this is definitely a spectacle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a couple shots in that film. Especially, what's the one shot? What's the trenches? What are they called? When they're swimming down and they're all around them.
It's bad, right?
Yeah, that was probably one of the craziest shots. Not just the film, like all year, just seeing that.
That was very like the creature things that are swarming. Yeah.
You see the flare going down. Yeah, that was dope.
And that was when James kind of got in his horror bag.
Exactly.
You couldn't resist.
You have to, right? You have to.
Yeah. I mean,
they spent a little bit. They spent a little bit of time in that little trench space too. It wasn't just stop and go. They actually slowed down a little bit and really, really built out that world. I didn't know what to expect, but I was surprised by that.
I didn't know what to expect either. It scared the crap out of me.
Yeah,
I can't deal when you're in water and it's all these things swimming around. I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's good to feel connected to the film like that. Talk about the process, because we get to see you.
Yeah.
We get to see your face, but there's also a lot of the time on screen where you've got a whole helmet situation on.
There's even a joke about it. Bigger helmet.
Right.
What was the audition process like? Was it like anything you would normally do?
Yeah.
Did they have you audition with the whole helmet on?
No, actually, dude, this was the most straightforward audition that I've ever done outside of just a flat out offer. You know what I mean? Which is odd. I was assuming that this would be a long, drawn out process or something like that. I sent in one tape, and then a month later, I sat down and I had a meeting with James Wan, and about 10 minutes after that meeting was over, I was getting a phone call from my rep. So it was not your typical, big, large hero movie audition, man.
Yeah.
And now that we're talking about the suit, we gotta talk about the action figure.
Yeah.
Do you have it yet? Do you have
I only have the Funko Pop. I think that's what they call it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have the one with the little guy with the big head. It's a big head no matter what, right? Even if it's a big guy, it's still gonna be a guy with a big head. But I have that. I really want the one. There's a pop one with the without the helmet, because I want I think it's kind of cool to be like, okay, that's my face. You know what I mean?
That's what I was wondering, because I'm like, you have the action figure and like the helmet is so iconic to the character, but again, we get to see you.
Right.
So I was hoping that we could get a figure where it's like you can either take the helmet off or like they switch the heads. I've seen on some of them.
Yeah, I think that'd be really cool. So if the toy makers are out there watching, let's make that happen.
Box.
Send me a whole box.
He at least deserves a box.
At least a couple toys, right? That'd be fun.
One of the things I really liked about your character is you're a part of like this deeper element in the film that kind of explores like Aquaman's murkiness, I think.
Yeah.
They have that big scene in the beginning that kind of a little morally gray.
Yeah.
And I think you play into that a lot. And like the rest of the film is all hero.
Right.
You kind of bring in a little bit of the anti-hero.
Right, yeah, that was my goal, was to, I went into this kind of selfishly wanting to pull as many people over to my side as possible, you know what I mean?
You have
And so because this isn't a guy who's a typical villain. He's not out for world domination. He's not out to, to take over and to be some large leader and control. He's like, look, you did me dirty, and I'm coming after you, and it's personal, and it also, like, it paints. It's not a story of good guys versus bad guys. It's a story of sort of morals and like code ethics. You know what I'm saying? 100%. And I think that's what makes the story and the character Black Manta, David Kane, and our story a little bit more complex. You know what I mean?
Now, in thinking about stuff like that, there was a lot of action going on. You got a lot of blades shooting out of arms and swinging around.
Yeah.
I beam.
Those iconic beams.
That's crazy, and that was crazy. I mean, I couldn't imagine. Talk about the stunt work that was on there. Were you getting down and dirty with a lot of that?
I definitely got down and dirty with the sub. The submarine is probably 95% me. And then but the stuff in the suit with later on the big scene that everybody sees in the trailer.
In Italy.
Right. The Italy set. That was not me. That was me, maybe 10% me. Actually, my guy who was the same stunt person for Chadwick came over and worked inside of the suit. Awesome stunt people, to make sure that we look good, make sure that they keep us safe. But I was definitely on the side saying like, no, I would do it like this. I would do it like that. You still want to put your own flavor on it.
100%. 100%. You want to make sure it's real fluid.
Yeah.
Now, when you were in that suit though, how heavy is that thing?
It's about 70 pounds.
Damn.
It's about 70, 80 pounds. It's heavy. It's about $100,000 suit. It's expensive, it's heavy, and it's functional too. There's fans on the inside. The light, all the lights work. It's like they wanted to make sure that they use as little CGI as possible, and especially for a movie with all the special effects. They wanted to, anytime that you can do something real and practical, and the suit was one of the more real practical pieces on the set.
Did you have to learn how to? Because I mean, you still use guns and you had to go for training for that as well.
Yeah, I had ammunition training, guns training. I had the knife hand-to-hand combat training. Yeah,
Krav Maga.
That's
always the one they bring up.
Yeah,
we learned Krav Maga.
No, I didn't. But my boy invited me to take a Krav Maga class. I'm like, I don't think I want to do that, man.
It's a little too much.
Yeah,
a little too much.
Not that serious.
Now it's funny because I feel like you're a name that's like kind of just burst into the scene over the last couple of years. A lot of people saw you in The Get Down, then Baywatch, Greatest Showman. But like right now feels like your time. Like it's holiday season, Aquaman's dropping, and from what we're seeing online, the trailer for Us is dropping on Christmas.
Yeah,
big month.
It's a big month.
Yeah.
What is there anything you can talk about that film at all? Whether it was just being on the set. Working with Jordan.
Yeah, like I said, Jordan is brilliant. He's a brilliant mind, and this will be another mind twist from the from the brain of Jordan Peele, and he's so smart, such a clear storyteller, and it's a great cast too. I think Lupita's going to be doing great work in it. I got to go play with my guy Winston. That's a Yale School of Drama connection there. Lizzie Moth from Handmaid's Tale. So it was a little bit of a reunion of sorts for me. Yeah. But I think that's going to be a really, really special project. Yeah.
I mean, we can't wait, and I know it's Jordan Peele, so you already have that elevated expectation. Now you're also in. It's been talked that you're in the Watchmen project that's coming up as well.
Yeah.
How far into that is the production? Is that early stages or?
Yeah, I can say even less about that.
Wow.
Really? Even less about that.
You hyped for that though?
I'm so hyped for it.
Yeah,
I'm
Damon,
so hyped for it. Yeah, Damon, Regina King, Jeremy Irons. I mean, it's a dope cast.
100%.
Yeah, seems like Nelson.
Were you a fan of comic books? Never
Ever a fan. I thought I probably was. I thought that people who like comics were a little bit weird.
Wow, drag me. No,
well, in my interaction, because you had the dudes with the backpacks on and they run, around the hallway like that, and they have the imaginary fights and stuff like that. I mean, at the same time, I was watching all this from inside the chess club at the same time, So I had my little life over there too. But no, I never knew nothing about that, man. And so I think it's dope that I could come and I could find this. I just turned 32, and I'm just finding out about comics, and people love it, and so it's I have fun turning those pages and seeing what other stories I could tell or what other stories I could just sit down and read. It's real dope fun.
Did you read Watchmen for preparation?
Yeah, definitely.
I love that book.
Yeah, I poured through that like twice, and probably will go through it again.
Yeah. All right, now I mean you've done DC stuff. Do you get like DC Comics for free? Or do you still have to?
Got the plug?
I can pull up, I can pull up to DC, and they've taken me through their library, and they got so much material. So I definitely have went through there with with a bag, you
Nice.
know, and filled up on a lot of stuff before. Yeah.
Are there any other? I mean, those are two major projects you got coming out next year. Is there anything else that people can look out for you project-wise?
Yeah, I just finished a project called Sweetness in the Belly. This is a more of a artistic film, you know, like one of the things that, you know, like, you know, you go do your big movies so that you can go and do your independent films. Dakota Fanning, you know, played opposite myself. It's centered around the Ethiopian Civil War.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 1974. That's an excellent project. And then I kind of got another little, you know, couple more little secret projects on the way.
Okay.
That you know, I think that'll come out that I think people will respond to.
Oh, man.
Interesting.
Yeah, just the beginning.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be, you know, 2019 is gonna be, you know, it's gonna be a lot of fun.